In our digital forensics, we focus on the recovery and investigation of the materials we find on any of our digital devices. This is often in relation to computer crimes. It may also at times be referred to as computer forensics. Digital forensics is closely related to our incident response, but it is not the same thing. In digital forensics, we gather and protect the evidence, whereas our incident response is how we react in the event. What do we do to protect ourselves during and after the attack? How do we get back up and running? In the forensics, we preserve the crime scene, we preserve the evidence, we ensure the evidence integrity because we will need it later when we prosecute. Over here on the right, you can see a write blocker attached to a hard disk. With that, we can still access anything on the hard disk, but it is impossible for us to change anything. This is where we would do the hash of the original drive, make a bit level copy, hash the bit level copy, the two hashes have to match. Then we do our forensics. Once we're completely done, we do another hash and all three hashes have to match, proving we have evidence integrity. In very high level terms, we would identify the potential evidence, we would acquire it, we would analyze it, and then we'd make a report. As I said, very high level. And most likely, if it's a skilled attacker, they probably know what we'd be looking for, where we would be looking. They will in most cases try to delete their tracks, delete any logs, delete any evidence they were there. In many places, it's a knee-jerk reaction. We're compromised, let's start shutting stuff down. Whereas if you have the proper training, you have the proper awareness, you've gone through the scenarios, then everybody knows what they're supposed to do. We preserve the crime scene. If we just start shutting systems down and the malware is in the volatile memory, it will be lost. That means our evidence is lost. So instead of just shutting things down, we might just unplug network connections. If it's only a single system, unplug the network. If it's an entire segment of the network, disconnect that from everything else. And obviously, there is no one size fits all. You can train and prepare as much as you want, but no two attacks are going to be the same. What we need to do is give our employees enough training and enough awareness so they can, in the situation, make the right decisions. And I think all of these goes without saying, but just to be double sure, any evidence we collect must be accurate. It must be complete. It must be authentic, convincing, and it must be admissible in court. We start out with the identification. Which evidence did the attacker leave behind? Then we do the preservation. We preserve the crime scene. We document everything we do. We have a very clear chain of custody. Who had the evidence? What was done? When did they do it? Why did they do it? And this is the part where we'd use the hashes. We hash the original, make the bit level copy, hash the copy, do our forensics, and then do another hash. If they're identical, we preserve the integrity. During the collection process, we examine and analyze all the data. Again, we document everything. And we handle the evidence as little as possible. The more you handle something, the higher chance you have of alteration. And when we do our collections, we work from most volatile to least volatile, meaning we start with the memory and end up with the hard disks. And it may or may not be logical to you why we do this. We do it because if for any reason the power is shut off, whatever is kept in memory would be lost, whereas the hard drive integrity would be kept. And we would use our incident response plan, which may include getting our HR department involved, but it should definitely include the legal department. We have to make sure that the evidence we want to or have gathered already was done so in a legal manner. Remember the U.S. Constitution's Fourth Amendment? The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. But anything subpoenaed, anything warranted, anything turned over voluntarily or in exigent circumstances, remember that's the one where it's either in danger of life or in danger of evidence being destroyed, then law enforcement or those under the color of law can bypass the Fourth Amendment. It is at a later time for the courts to decide if it was actually exigent circumstances. If it was not, the evidence may not be admissible. In our examination, we find the facts, we document them, we collect the data. Then we do our analysis. We look at all the data, we look for meanings or reasons, we analyze it. Then we go to court, we present our findings and any other evidence. And then really it's up to the court to make a ruling or a decision. Our forensic evidence is normally obtained with binary images, of our secondary storage are portable devices, hard drives, flash drives, CDs, DVDs, cell phone, and this is where we do the bit level copy or binary stream copy. If we just copy the files on the drive, we can and most likely will miss something. So bit for bit, we copy the storage device. We talked about different types of evidence in Domain 1. Real evidence is tangible and physical objects. Yes, Your Honor, this is the hard drive or this is the USB drive that was used in the attack. It is not the data on the drive, just the physical piece of hardware. In most cases, the logs and the actual data from the attack would be considered hearsay, which normally is inadmissible in court. But the update to the Federal Rule of Evidence changed that, Rule 803, which provides admissibility for records or reports that were made near or at the time of the attack. So hard drive, real evidence, logs or data, hearsay, but still admissible. And then we would use a chain of custody form. And it has to be complete. Who handled it, when did they handle it, what do they do, and where did they do it? And it cannot be Bob looked at it over the weekend. No. The more we do our due care and we do everything right, the higher chance we'll have for the judge to approve it and allow it, and the higher chance we have of a conviction.